I want to welcome everybody. I'm going to call this meeting to order. This is the North Oakland Transportation Authority Board meeting. I want to thank everyone for their attendance, and especially those that have gone out of their way and are dealing with other issues, personal issues and that have made a point of being here. It's much appreciated. So can we have a roll call, please? Lynn?
Sure. McDonald?
Here.
Wakefield?
Here.
Cyrowski?
Here.
Curtis?
Here.
Payne?
Here.
Flood?
Here.
Wapple?
Here.
Pearson's excused, and Burnett is excused, Goshen is excused, and Couch is excused.
So we have a quorum. We'll stand for pledge of allegiance, and then we'll get started on the meeting.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. The board has an agenda in front of it for today's meeting. Are there any changes? If none, a motion to approve would be in order.
So moved.
Order. All in favor of the motion to approve the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say no.
Come on.
Okay. Motion carries. The board has the minutes of our regular meeting for February. Are there any questions, changes, or corrections to those minutes?
I move to approve the meeting minutes from the February meeting. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the February meeting. Any questions? If none, all in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of the February meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say no. All right. Lindsay, you have the floor for the director.
Sure. Won't speak. Good afternoon, everyone. Our ride numbers for February were 2,865. We'll add an additional 2 routes over the next couple of months to increase our service to the known existing riders. We just started having a weekend dispatcher, which has been a big help, and we added a 4th workstation in dispatch for 2 of our dispatchers to share. This will increase our NODA-only routes from 18 to 20 after we do the additional 2 routes over the next couple months. And we'll also be adding a 3rd route on the weekends. All the communities have passed the NODA Oakland County agreement. And actually, Oakland County said that the money should be in our account later this week, or Monday, no later. That'll be the $2,847,605. I've been getting bids on insurance to increase our levels to what Oakland County wants. Our current insurance provider, Alliance for Nonprofits, the additional cost is $75,000 to increase it to the limit. So I'm getting quotes from MMRMA as well. So we should hear back soon on what those amounts will be. And once we receive the millage revenue, then I'll start getting bids for the parking lot. And I'm going to add electric chargers as part of the parking lot addition, which wasn't part of last year's project. And Mike and I are also looking at carports right now, just researching costs. If you guys have any information on that, I would greatly love the advice. We just got an email from Mobility Works, and they had an extra Ford Transit available that another contract didn't take. So I asked Oakland County if we could purchase that one vehicle. They wanted us to wait till the summer. They did a big order, but since this one was already available, I asked, and they said that would be fine. They would reimburse us later this summer for the $78,745. So that is on the agenda today. And the trolley does have insurance now as of today. So we got the contract between the NODA and the DDAs. They needed that in order to have the insurance. So we have the agreement as part of the agenda today to review. And then I transferred $1 million from Oxford Bank to my class liquid investment account, which is currently earning 4.8%, which will leave about $1 million right now in Oxford Bank, but again, we'll be getting the extra money from the county soon. Mike and I spoke to our tenant in PYP Ventures and asked about what their future plans were with their business. And their business is growing. They think that they may need to expand maybe in a year or so is what they're saying. Carl Sadrowski's been helping us look for properties that may fit their needs that we might be able to work with them in the future. And We continue to have multiple weekly meetings with our Wayne State group for the microbrews project. We hosted a meeting with SMART via Oakland County, VODA, OPC in Wayne State earlier this month. And it went really well, and it looks like Wayne State and VIA are working together, which may give them a better shot at getting up to $5 million for their 2-year grant. Our next meeting is April 20th.
I move to receive and file the director's report.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to receive and file the director's report. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say no. Motion carries.
Lynn,
Yes.
just a note, you might want to talk, you said you want to talk to other township treasurers. Joe Ferrari just did really good buyouts with our money, moving our money around. We've made a lot with what he's done
Right.
since January, so definitely talk to him.
He was the one I got the My Class from.
Okay.
Put the $1 million into that, and I know that that's doing really well. He was the one that told me to do that, but, you know,
Right.
but I think it makes sense to
Yeah,
pick everyone's brain.
And I heard you talk about carports.
Yes.
You talked to Jerry Suzor.
No?
Jerry, sometimes he goes by Joe, depends on. Jerry Suzor owns carport structures on Metamora Road, Knoxford Township. He's the one who donated the ones for the sheriff's department behind our township hall. And that was like $80,000 donated.
Wow.
also there might be grants out there for car, or electric car.
They do solar panels on the roof for FedEx and some Amazons that have electric charging stations built right into them. So,
Carport with electric, you
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
if you want Jerry, I can give you Jerry's number
that'd be
and
great.
just talk to him, 248-388-3511. He's very good at trying to make the best for the community. So,
Great. Thank you.
I think we'll need to check with the Village of Oxford too, on if they have any regulations
Restrictions or
or,
anything.
just to make sure that we'll stay in their good graces.
Right.
Okay. Good comments, thank you. Moving on to public comments. Is there anybody that would care to address the board today from the public? Guess not. Okay, we'll move on then to the approval of financial activity.
I move to receive and file the financial activity.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the financial activity. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion to receive and file the informational financial activity, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say no. Okay, motion carried. Next item is approval of the bills for the month of February. Everybody,
I move to approve the bills for, in the amount of $24,915.45.
I'll second.
there's a motion and a second to approve the payment of the bills for the month of February 2023. Any questions on the motion? Hearing and seeing none, we have a roll call, please, Lynn?
Sure. McDonald?
Yes.
Brakefield?
Yes.
Sadowski?
Yeah.
Curtis?
Yes.
Payne?
Yes.
Bordeaux? Yes. Flood?
Yes.
Waffle? Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. We have no old business, so we'll move on to new business. First item is what Lynn has covered basically in our director's report, and that's the Oakland County Transit contract. Is there anything else?
No, I just put it on in case I wanted to talk about it, but really, it looks like since the money's going to be in the account hopefully this week, I think we're in good shape.
There's no motion then, or any need for one. We'll move on to the next item, which is vehicle purchase. Lynn informed us about the opportunity to pick up a vehicle that was ordered but not accepted or not taken by the ordering party, so it became available to us. Is there anything about the vehicle we need to know, Lynn?
No, it's a Ford Transit 350. It has, what's nice is it has racking. You can move the seats to different locations, which we haven't had. That's kind of a new feature now. And It has 3 seats, room for 2 wheelchairs, but it's nice you can move them around, so it'll be a nice feature.
It's not technically a wheelchair capable vehicle, or is it?
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it has room for, it's got a lift and 2 spots for 2 wheelchairs and 3 seats in the back, 2 up front.
And this is a pretty good price, right?
It is,
I
it's
think-
78,000.
Yeah.
I'll make
I'd
the
be
motion.
turned down.
Apparently,
Yeah,
they need it.
78,000? That's a
Yeah.
good price.
Yeah. Okay, the ambulance is 2 to 3 years out.
Right.
Fire trucks, 2 to 3 years out.
Oh, yeah.
These things are,
Get them while you can.
That's why I wanted to grab it fast.
I'd like to go ahead and make a motion that we authorize the patrol manager, the director to purchase the Ford Transit 350 for a total amount $78,745.
Second.
Are there any questions on the motion made? Hearing none, do we have a roll call to authorize the director to purchase the Ford Transit 350?
Sure.
The model year 2023. Awesome.
Yeah, it is. McDonald,
Yes.
Brickfield,
Yes.
Cyrowski,
Yes.
Curtis,
yes.
Payne,
Yes.
Bordeaux, Flood,
Yes.
Waffle. Yes.
Okay, motion carried. We bought ourselves another motor vehicle.
And will be reimbursed, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, kind of awesome.
Okay, final item under new business is the trolley contract. And as you heard in the director's report, Lynn's been working on that on behalf of DOTA. And she provided a new agreement that was available as of 2 o'clock today, or she has copies of it. So if you don't have the one we're discussing, there's at least one copy of it here.
Well, this is, I've got it in my package. Is this old now?
It's old. That was the one that I wrote. This one is the one that,
No,
both attorneys.
What attorney did this now? Because I can't accept it unless it's done by an attorney.
Addison's.
Yeah,
One of
Thomas
them.
and John Stair both reviewed it and okayed it, so,
Oh, Lord, help us all.
Okay, so Lynn, briefly,
yes.
what's the difference between the one that we've all had the opportunity to look at and the one we just got?
Very little. It's just really
I don't need specifics,
titles,
but
and they just made it look kind of pretty, and they didn't really change anything structural wise. They made it a 3-year agreement, and then we decided to not put like what the drivers are going to be receiving, because it might change in the 3 years, so we just kind of said, well, it'll be agreed upon between, annually between the DDA and NODA on what the rates are. So really nothing big as far as,
Yeah, I just have a
Substance.
question. I was talking to one of the store owners downtown Lake Orion. He was talking about where it stops
yes.
and that there might be a better spot. And he talked to Molly, and Molly didn't want to get involved. Whose decision is that?
Molly and Kelly are the 2 DDA directors, and so both of them are the.
There's across from the old Eman Center,
Mhm.
there's a lot there that's owned by the village, so for parking or whatever. Nobody ever uses it. That'd be a perfect spot to have a pickup,
Yeah,
where people could park and the trolley could come right there. Because parking's always a problem downtown, to get on that trolley. And for some reason, I don't know why, but Molly didn't want to get involved in it. I want to find out what's going on. I know she hasn't been feeling well lately. She was sick, I guess.
oh, that was Kelly, yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
yeah.
can you bring it up to them? I don't know.
well, we can have Lynn contact them,
Right, but
but really it's their call.
it's their
We're
job.
not going to get involved in the individual
Operation.
operations
Right.
unless it would affect our operation.
Well, I'm just wondering for safety purposes, is it a safer environment to do it somewhere else? I mean, I don't know. what
Yeah,
the
it is,
location
absolutely, yeah, because, right, that's on the corner of Elizabeth and, what's the street, well, Broadway. Right across from the Eman Center, there's that big empty field there, I didn't realize it's owned by the village. And anyway, I got a call and they said, why don't you see if they could do a pickup there, because there'd be parking and everything right there, it'd be safer, the whole bit.
Mhm.
So,
I can mention it to,
So are you looking for an approval for the,
No. Yeah,
Contract?
for the agreement,
for the
we
agreement?
got plenty of time, Marty.
We've
She got somewhere to go.
we've had a chance to read,
You picked up on that.
She's moving everything.
nothing really has changed from the one we received already in Tennessee, just cosmetics.
I would move to approve the agreement, the vehicle use agreement for the trolley between the Oxford Downtown Development Authority, the Lake Orion Downtown Development Authority, and NODA.
I'll second it.
Okay, are there any questions on the motion or the agreement? Hearing none, let's go ahead and do a roll call on this, please.
McDonald,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes?
Senrowski,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Bochamp.
Yes.
Flood,
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries. We've got a contract, and the language should indicate that we've authorized the director to enter into the agreement with those people. Okay.
Except Margaret forgot to put the VIN number in her motion.
Do you have to?
No, I just added that.
Which one is working?
The year.
Well, it's
How many
included
feet
in,
it
it's
is.
included in the agreement.
Yeah.
Yes, right there, first page.
Okay.
That day's when they have
We have another opportunity for public comment.
Pauline
Do we have any objective listeners that might?
We got one in there.
Go for that.
Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to the monthly rider and mileage reports.
I move to receive and file the monthly rider and mileage reports.
Or, okay, refreshing change. Okay, are there any questions on the motion to receive and file the monthly rider and mileage reports? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion to receive and file them, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, please say no. Okay. Motion carried. Board member comments. I'll let the two.
Sweeties.
I had plenty of time. I just, we were conversing
I'm fine with
about
it.
operations, and we have nothing to do with the operations of the trolley. So I was wondering if that's what we needed to do, was make a motion. I wasn't trying to cut anybody short. So I'm sorry if it's heard that way.
Wakefield?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm glad everybody got together. I've got a speech I'd like to make. Thank you very much. It was a great contract. What I read, and then I didn't have a real big chance to read your minor changes yet, so it was just, but trust me, I believe it's going to be good. Thank you very much. That's it.
Can I have
Yes.
a do-over? Just a comment, when you get the parking lot expanded and fixed up and everything else, I don't know what the plan is, but I'm hoping that maybe you'll free up some parking towards the front of the
Yeah.
building
Yes.
for visitors and such, and maybe have the employees park towards the back.
Mhm.
That would be very helpful, because I'm at the very end of the building.
Yeah, there's like no parking, and I got here really early too.
I did too.
That was the first time that I noticed that there was a parking issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't have
I've been noticing it right along.
Yeah.
This time was the
And the
worst.
parking lot looks terrible too, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It's
yes.
horrible.
Yes.
Okay. Lori? Comments? Comments?
No, I'm glad this wasn't a stressful meeting. I felt like we came to a couple stressful ones,
Yeah.
and this was not stressful at all. So this was.
It's not easy being an elected official.
Yes,
Yeah, I hear you. No comment, I'm fine.
I don't have any comments. Mr. Flood?
I got just a couple of things. Jack and I were just talking, we're gonna be at MTA that week of that April, but we should be back in time for the meeting, no problem.
Oh,
At that Thursday's when they have their,
Parade.
Pauline Bennett's gonna be elected.
Pauline.
President this year.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew she was on the board, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so they'll have their board policy stuff. We're usually out there by 10, 11 o'clock. I'll be fair. And one more thing, I'm talking about the parking lot. Are we still looking at a fuel tank,
Yes.
storage tank? Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
we'll
go on.
continue with that. Yeah, the only other things I was really thinking about with
Yeah.
the boards.
That's it.
Okay, I think everybody's had an opportunity, so meeting can end.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
20 minutes, you did good.
Nice.
Yeah,
was.
All in favor?
Hi.
Opposed? We're out of here. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Yeah. I know, that's what I was like.